What's going on, guys? I want to talk about Jon Jones. I find it very interesting that he decided to not follow through on a 30 million fight deal with Tom Aspinall. And what's so interesting is obviously people have, everyone's already mentioned it, right? That he's been ducking Tom, that he doesn't want to fight Tom. But I've been giving this a lot of thought, and I'm wondering, well, yeah, right now, who will make more money, make more sense, get more eyeballs, more sponsorship than fighting someone like Alex Pereira, right? Who has to be a top two or three draw. And then you throw Jon Jones in the mix, who's arguably at least the top five, right? Because you have Ilya Taporia, we have Alex Pereira, who's up there in terms of top draws. I think anytime you put Max Holloway, I mean, who else is out there, right? In terms of, and again, McGregor's in a stratosphere of his own. I'm not even including him in that list. There really isn't, Alex Volkanovski also is someone that comes to mind. So there really isn't that many draws in the UFC. And I think that the reasoning for Jon Jones, though he does come across kind of like a maniac at times, it makes sense. You get in there with Alex Pereira, you're definitely making more than 30 million. And I'm not talking about what the UFC will pay them. I'm talking about the sponsorships. I'm talking about all the pre-fight media. I can definitely see where Jon Jones is coming from. Not only that, if he were to go in and beat Alex Pereira, there would be no doubt about it that he is the GOAT, not only at heavyweight, but even light heavyweight. Let's remember, Jon Jones, went through three different generations of fighters in the light heavyweight division. He is the greatest of all time for that division and arguably the best fighter to ever grace the UFC. Now, when you look at Alex Pereira, what does he have to gain from this? Well, if Alex were to go in there and beat Jon Jones in the heavyweight division, I don't think anybody would put it past and make the argument that Alex Pereira could be a top name on the Mount Rushmore of overall greats. Even if the title is not up for dispute against Jon Jones, you beat arguably the greatest light heavyweight of all time, the greatest fighter of all time, and you go and win in three different divisions. I know it probably would make more sense if the title was up there for Alex, but let's be honest. If Jon Jones, for either of them, it becomes also a financial decision. They're both up there in age. Alex Pereira has, in my opinion, nothing to prove at light heavyweight. He's already a two-division champion in his own right. The biggest, skyrocket, the biggest rocket we've ever seen in the UFC, right? Only been in the UFC for 4 to 5 years, has the chance to fight Jon Jones. Why wouldn't you, right? They're definitely going to make a lot more money than putting Tom in there with either of them. And then again, now there is no pay-per-view points. So what is the point there? Now, it's kind of weird when I looked at Jon Jones and his net worth. Again, it's online. None of this is factual. I'm sure if they're smart gentlemen, they have their money in a lot of real estate and stocks and bonds and things of that sort, right? And trust funds. And you look at Jon Jones, according to what we found online, he has a net worth of 20 to 30 million. Is that true? Is it not? I mean, it would be stupid, right? If you have the chance to fight for your net worth and reject that offer again. So there's a lot going on there that I don't know what's real, what's not. I think Jon Jones has always had a marketing tactic behind him. He's not an idiot. He's just very calculative. He's very manipulative, as we've seen. And he's someone that has gotten the ire of Dana White, right? Dana loves Jon Jones, but he knows he's a liability. He didn't show up for UFC 200. God knows how many. I mean, we've known of two or the three other events that have fallen through because of him. So I can see where Dana White's coming from. I don't think they need to do it at the White House. I don't think you need Jon Jones and Alex Pereira at the White House. You could do it on any of your other significant cards. I'd look for New York in November. I mean, honestly, that's the one that makes the more sense, right? And then if you look at the UFC heavyweight division, I mean, it's worse than the college football playoff rankings, right? Or selection committee. Cyril Gahn, Tom Aspinall, Apparently, Aspinall's going to be out for a significant time. This is almost like a WWE storyline, right? Because you have the champion who everyone was behind. He goes up against Cyril Gahn, and now he becomes sort of like this public enemy. It's almost like he replaced the heel that Jon Jones was, right, in this equation. And then Cyril Gahn seems to be getting some support from fans more than what we see Tom getting. So it's very interesting, the shift of the dynamic, the love-hate relationship that fans have with fighters, and the logjam that's at heavyweight. I mean, what if the UFC made the Alex Pereira versus Jon Jones fight for the title? For the interim at the very least, right? I think that makes a lot of sense. I think now there's a prize for both fighters outside of what they're going to be making, both within this the staple of the fight and outside of the UFC. So that's my opinion on this. Make Alex Pereira, Jon Jones. Let's put it in November, or I mean, I'd love to see it earlier, but I think it gives Pereira time to bulk up, get into the weight class. It gives Jon Jones time to market this fight and get his shit together, and we have one for the ages, right? So tell me your thoughts. Do you like it? Do you not? What are we doing with Cyril Gahn? What happens if Tom can't come back? It's all up for debate, but hey, let me know what you guys think. Sunrise Sports and MMA out.